Hello, I'm Tim Rechner. I live in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. This is my studio. I have a solo exhibit coming up at Scott Gallery in Edmonton, so it's in a bit of disarray. It's in a working state. I grew up in Red Deer, Alberta, Canada. I studied art in Red Deer at RDC as well as NASCAD in Halifax, Nova Scotia College of Art and Design. I've lived in Montreal, Vancouver, and Halifax, but I've lived in Edmonton for nearly 20 years consecutively. My influences on my aesthetic include the automatic surrealists such as Matta, abstract expressionists such as de Kooning and Gorky, the Les Automatistes of Montreal, Bordeaux and Riopelle in particular, and neo-expressionists such as Twombly and Rauschenberg. Artwork made by young kids is a big influence on my work and my aesthetic. The inhibition and fearlessness with which a child approaches a surface, art-making surface, is something that I hope to achieve with my own work when I approach a canvas. My painting process is something I want to talk about here. So it's not a formula, but I describe it as a series of steps that makes up this process. The first layer is about instinct, about not thinking. If you see this piece here, this is an example of the first layer where I'm just painting abstractly, gesturally, not thinking about what I'm doing as so much as just doing it. And then I do a similar thing with the graphite lines over top. I like bright colors, so I'm attracted to bright colors, and I like to just try different combinations and things I haven't done before. The materials I'm using for these oil paintings are oil paint, linseed oil, and paint thinner. I use foam brushes. Drips are an important part of the work. As you can see, there's pretty much drips in all the paintings. So I let the solvent run, and I like the element of chance that brings up. It's a randomness, something that you can't really predict. Blind drawing is a really important part of my process. I often just close my eyes and approach the canvas and draw blindly. And then I react with my eyes open and sort of outline some of the shapes. And you can see like there, and react to just what's there. So that it's kind of a collaboration between the conscious and subconscious minds. The conscious mind is more the second layer where I'm calculating these shapes and carving them out, whereas the first layer is about just not thinking. The second layer involves a contemplative response. I take a step back and think about what to do next. So the second layer consists of opaque shapes, which are painted over top of the first layer. So this is an example of one of the opaque shapes. This mint green color, I balance sort of the composition throughout with these opaque shapes, and that's what I describe as the second layer in my paintings. I use thicker paint for the second layer. I don't use solvents, so it's just paint, just oil paint. And then I frame the opaque shapes with tightly drawn graphite lines. So I described, again, the two-layer process as a collaboration between the subconscious and conscious minds. Balance and composition are really important. I'm trying to make something beautiful, something that just works. In terms of palette, composition, and energy, energy is super important in my work. I'm trying to create something that speaks, that has a voice, that evokes a response. I'm also trying to do something different than I've done before. This is a painting called Black Angel, for my upcoming show, rather. I'm really attracted to this bright cadmium yellow paint, and it's featured prominently on this painting. As it is on this painting, which you can see called Hallucination. Same color of paint, and again, sometimes I go through cycles where I use the same colors more so in it from series to series. Anyway, I have a show coming up at Scott Gallery. It's called War, Now and Before. The dates are October 17th to November 7th, 2020, and that's Scott Gallery in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. Websites where you can view my work: timrechner.ca, scottgallery.com, and painter8.ca. Thank you.